In today's video, I'm gonna talk about the Spider-Man movies, the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. Have you guys ever seen this one Spider-Man movie from a long time ago? I know some of you guys probably saw Captain America Civil War. I'm not gonna talk about that someday after this video. Let's talk about I never seen Homecoming, but I don't think it matters. It's just like the other Spider-Man movies. It's a remake of the old Spider-Man movies. It's probably gonna suck anyways. Have you seen this one Spider-Man movie when he and his friends go on a trip to Europe? Do you think it's kind of weird for Spider-Man to go on a trip to Europe? During the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, he'd never gone to Europe. He always stayed in New York City all the time. But this is the first time Spider-Man gets to go to Europe in that movie? That doesn't make any sense. Spider-Man have no money to travel to places. If they make another Spider-Man movie, is Spider-Man going on a trip to Ireland? That would be kind of cool. Can you imagine Spider-Man going to Norway or Iceland or Sweden or Finland or Switzerland? Well, that would be kind of cool. So Spider-Man decided to go on vacation to Europe because he wanted to take a break from saving people and fighting crimes. Like, hey Aunt May, can I go on vacation to Europe? Aunt May's like, you're going to Europe? Why? Because I'm sick of doing superhero stuff. I need a break from being a superhero. Go ahead, Peter Parker. But don't you have enough money to go on a trip to Europe? I have no money to buy plane tickets for you. But Peter Parker does make a lot of money through YouTube videos. I did not know people make money through YouTube. I never made any money through YouTube. I tried to, but I didn't. Because I had to focus on really boring college stuff. Well, that's the thing about college. They make it get like a real job. How boring is that? It's good though, but it might be kind of boring to live in LA for the rest of my life. There's nothing around here. Plus, I had to pay rent for my apartment every month while living in LA. Do you think LA might be too boring to live in? I don't have any friends in LA. I don't know anybody who live in LA. I only have friends who live in the United Kingdom on the internet, but there's no friends here in LA. LA is kind of like the land of nobody. I can't believe I'm being forced to live in LA. It's kind of boring to live here. I'm not a really big fan of LA anyways. It's really boring. I know some of you people live in LA that you like living there, but life in LA has been kind of boring so far. I think the reason why I live in LA is because my mom went to do all the yard work. I never could do any yard work in our Altadena house. I want to meet a British person. Have you guys ever met British people before? I never did, but when I was 9 years old, I nearly met this one kid with a Thunderbird shirt at the zoo. I was like, oh man, I wish I could make friends with him. He looks so cool. But my friendship skills were really poor back in that time. Okay, enough of that. Let's talk about the storyline for the new Spider-Man movie. I mean, Far From Home. That's the name of the Spider-Man movie. In Spider-Man Far From Home, the first place he visits is Venice. Why is Spider-Man going to Venice anyway? I don't picture superheroes going to Venice. Don't you think that's a bit kind of weird for a superhero to go to Venice? Well, I did go to Venice in real life, but Venice is kind of boring. Maybe it's more like a girl's city. But if you like how everything's all water and stuff like that people travel by boat, I know that from the YouTube videos, but I never learned that in real life. You can know about Venice in YouTube videos. You don't have to go there in real life. Venice is kind of boring. Otherwise, if you're an old person taking your wife with you, it's a good place for old people, but not for young people. Speaking of which, have you seen YouTube videos about that British girl who went to Venice with her friend? No, she's not Italian, she's British. They both come from the same island, of course, but she doesn't go to college. She didn't go to college. But her friend's a college student, though. Was, back in 2016. Have you watched those YouTube videos about that British girl who went to Venice with her friend? Well, she was visiting her friend who's studying at college in Verona, Italy. And the college that British people call it is the uni. I did not know the uni is a slang term in British English for university. And the name of the British girl's name is Charlotte. I wrote in the comments of that British girl's videos like, who is that girl? And she replied to me, that's Charlotte. We've been friends since the year 2000. Wow, so these two girls are best friends since when they were little? Do I have any friends when I was little? No, I was a lone wolf. I never had any friends. My friendship education was really bad. That's because I watched Thomas the Tank Engine. Is that show about friendship? No, it's about trains. How stupid. I thought Thomas the Tank Engine was a real train, don't you think? If he were real, I would love to hang out with him as a little kid, but it's not real. He's a fictional character. I used to cause a lot of trouble in preschool when I was little. I used to ask other kids questions. Do you like trains? Do you like Thomas the Tank Engine? I never asked these kids these questions. My friendship skills were really bad in those days. I don't really know how to make friends with people back when I was little. The first time I made friends back when I was in elementary school or middle school, I actually don't remember. I made friends with a couple of girls in high school. Girls are actually really nice to me. YouTube is a website you get to meet people, which is easier than real life, of course. There's lots of people from different countries, like Asia, and Europe, and England, and Ireland. I met so many people on YouTube who come from different countries. Back in the old days, it was actually really cool. Let's continue Venice. So the British girl and her friend, they went to Venice together. I forgot what they did, but they did visit all the boats and stuff like that she recorded. I don't know if they ever went to museums or not. I don't think that British girl is more like a museum person. She likes to visit the science of Venice, of course. You know that British girl did get to travel a lot as a young lady? She was kind of like an Indiana Jones or James Bond. She's a really cool girl. Why can't I be cool like her? I do travel a lot with my mom, but she travels by herself. She's a really brave girl. She must be richer than me. Why can't I be rich? Instead I have to focus on boring school stuff. Yuck, I hate school. Spiderman also went to Prague in the Czech Republic. What was Spiderman doing in Prague anyways? What's inside Prague anyways? There's nothing there. They have lots of old medieval stuff there, but do you guys know Prague used to be a Soviet country during the Cold War? I think there's lots of Cold War stuff there, but I don't know they have World War II stuff in Prague in the Czech Republic. It used to be called Czechoslovakia a long time ago. My mom went to Prague in the Czech Republic after the fall of the Berlin Wall. After the Cold War ended, my mom went to Prague in the Czech Republic. And probably with my dad or by herself with her friend, I don't know. She gets in trouble to Eastern Europe after the fall of the Berlin Wall. I went to Prague since 2015, and I met a couple Russian girls. They were nice to me. That Russian girl is really pretty. That was the first time I get to meet a European girl in my travels. I wish I could hang out with a Russian girl during my travels. That would be kind of fun. I don't really hang out with family members. It was kind of boring. I don't quite remember much about Prague and the Czech Republic. I did go to the KGB museum. That was a cool museum to visit. I wasn't much a big fan of my travel to Europe back in 2015. I thought I'd be staying at home making YouTube videos. I wish I could. That would be a really cool job I'd love to have. Instead, I was forced to travel that time. It was a disaster. Spiderman also went to the mountains in Austria. I don't quite remember what he did there. Did Spiderman ever go to Rome and Italy? I don't remember. He did go to Germany, but I forgot what he did there. They don't show you much about Germany or German people or its culture. Kinda stupid, isn't it? They always show you as modern day futuristic crap, like buildings and cars. At the end of Spiderman Far From Home, Spiderman went to London, England to fight an evil villain with a fishbowl head, and there was a royal guard trying to shoot the bad guy with his gun. Seriously, send the whole military to fight the bad guys. Can you imagine Harry Potter teaming up with Spider-Man to fight the bad guy? He's a British superhero, for God's sakes. Spider-Man, Harry Potter should have helped Spider-Man. He's from London, for God's sakes. Maybe the Thunderbirds would help. These guys are superheroes of London. They have spaceships. They can fight the bad guys. I think I'm running out of time in this video, but in my next video, I'm going to talk more about Spider-Man. Possibly a new one. I don't know.